It's the late 1980s, and amid the heat of the Cold War and all the geopolitical tensions, PepsiCo is about to make a deal with the Soviet Union. And every time our story takes us anywhere near the Soviet Union, we either end up talking about another genocide or something totally ridiculous. So let me tell you about that absurd deal between Soviet Union and Pepsi, and how in the result of it, Pepsi once owned one of the largest navies in the world. My name is Darek, and welcome to the Sands of Time. At the 1959 American National Exhibition in Moscow that showcased Western ways of life, Pepsi made it move and offered free samples. Even the Prime Minister of Soviet Union, Nikita Khrushchev, was seen enjoying Pepsi. That was not an accident, as Pepsi tried to break into Soviet market for at least a decade now. Those efforts paid off in 1972, and after significant political as well as business negotiations, Pepsi signed the trade agreement with Soviet Union and became the first Western product on Soviet market. However, selling Pepsi in the Soviet Union was not an easy task, because Ruble, a Soviet currency, was as useful as a monopoly money outside the Iron Curtain. So Pepsi got creative and entered a barter agreement with the Soviet government. They traded a Pepsi syrup for Stolichnaya vodka. The Soviets got their sugary drink and the Americans got their vodka. Everyone was happy. Fast forward to the late 1980s. Cold War is still icy, but Pepsi needs to renew its deal with Soviet Union. But as the Soviet economy is still a complete dumpster fire, barter agreement again it is. So in 1989, Pepsi and Soviet government struck the deal worth $3 billion. But this time, instead of trading just vodka, Soviets offered something more military. Pepsi ended up with 17 submarines, a frigate, a destroyer, and a cruiser. Yes, Pepsi suddenly became one of the largest navies in the world. Pepsi CEO at that time, Donald M. Kendall, joked to the National Security Advisor that we are disarming Soviets faster than you are. Of course, Pepsi had no plans of starting a naval empire and unleashing its might against Coca-Cola. The ships were old and obsolete and belonged only to the scrapyard. They were quickly sold for a scrap metal, and Pepsi came back to battling its competitors in the marketplace. Thanks to its deal with Soviet Union, Pepsi got a fleet of warships, and I cannot offer you even a lousy torpedo ship because I don't have any. And you know what else this channel doesn't have? Any likes and subscribers. So please help my channel, like this video and subscribe to my channel. I will really appreciate it. Thanks in advance. So why did Soviets trade military hardware for soda? Well, Soviet economy was a disaster and they desperately needed Western goods. Pepsi, being one of the few Western brands in Soviet market already, see the potential for lucrative profits in the future. In other words, both parties wanted this deal to be made. And because Soviet Union had not much else to trade than vodka and obsolete military equipment, they exchanged old warships for Pepsi. From the boardroom to the high seas, Pepsi's naval episode is a remarkable twist in a Cold War history. I hope you enjoyed this exploration into how a beverage giant briefly became a naval superpower. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history, and I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.